Hello again, Internet. You may not be able to tell, but I've actually switched up my filming locations. So if there's any weird noises or anything like that, it's because of that reason. But today I bring you another present that I got in the mail. Dun-dun. So this was sent to me by a company. I don't know if it's Toshare. I have no idea how this is pronounced, but they sent me an email, asked if they could send me something and if I could try it out, and I said sure. So this is what they sent me, and you can probably already tell what this is. It's 40 art markers. So these are alcohol markers. I have not yet played with these, but ooh and ah. So yeah, they just asked if I could please give these a look-see and see if I liked them. I think they had another couple other different types of art markers as well, but these are the alcohol markers. There's 40 of them. They look like they're pretty much basic colors, and oh look, it came with a white pen. Look at that. So I think that these are, as I don't know if I can get that back in there, should be a brush nib. Very nice. And your average chisel nib there. So just right off the bat, I can already tell that these, obviously they're a little bit of a different shape. It's a little bit different than your Copic markers, and they feel thinner and they're very, very light. At the time that I'm making this, these alcohol markers are like $29.99 for a 40-piece set. Comparatively, your Ohuhu markers is about $10 more than that. And then I don't even know if we want to talk about Copic markers where you're spending hundreds of dollars for alcohol markers. And I just think it's so fun, the time that we live in, because back when I was a little girl, I've mentioned this before, but it was pretty much like Copic had the monopoly on the alcohol marker game, and now there's so many other budget brands out there. You just have so much to pick and choose from. So without me having used these automatically, I'm kind of thinking I just expect them to work as expected, just as an alcohol marker. And if you're trying to get into alcohol markers, but you're not sure if you want to spend a lot of money, or maybe you have a child who's interested in art, but you don't necessarily want to spend a lot of money because you're afraid they may not stick with it, then this could be a good alternative for you. But I thought for today, we would give these a try and just play with them. I don't really want to do a full-on illustration. I think honestly we're probably just gonna do something light just to like maximize my use of marker and just fill up like an entire page with I'm thinking just clouds and stars, because that's what I like. I like to do clouds and I like to do stars. And this is actually my Ohuhu marker sketchbook, and this poor baby, I've had this thing for years and it is almost full. At this point, I'm kind of embarrassed. I don't even know if I want to show what all is in here, but this is just a good alcohol marker paper for the purpose of using alcohol markers on. So we're just gonna play with it. Comes with like a little sheet protector. This is a good little notebook. Maybe actually before I attempt to draw something, maybe I should just try and like swatch a couple of these out just to see what they look like. I really don't know. They do feel like they're super duper lightweight in comparison to others. So I don't know if that determines how much ink is inside of a marker. I don't know if there's a international standard of how much ink you need for there to be in a marker. It does kind of make me wonder, like, are these gonna last as long? I don't know. I've had my Ohuhus for years. I don't use my alcohol markers all that much, but I've had my Ohuhus for years and they've never dried up. I've never run out of ink. And honestly, the Copics too. I've had some of my markers are ancient and they're still going strong. So far, that looks like your average alcohol marker. It's doing a separation here because that's just what happens to alcohol markers, honestly, on marker paper, from my experience. A little bit of blending attempt here. But in any case, so far, those look like alcohol markers, what they should look like. Oh, and I just realized this came with a swatch sheet, just like it should. I don't think that there's anything else that comes in here. The white pen was nice. That I wasn't expecting. Actually, let's try and throw a little white pen on there. So that white pen actually feels pretty good. I have the other Jelly Roll white pen that everybody uses, and I don't know if you've ever used the Jelly Roll white pen, but it gets kind of clogged up. And having a brand new white pen, this comes out pretty nice. This little package here, probably can't see. Pull all these out, I won't be able to get them back in, but there's a stand in here to keep these up straight so they aren't just falling down and getting stuck and stuff. Keep them organized. Out of curiosity too, I grabbed a couple of Copic markers to see if I could find a similarly number coded marker. I don't expect them to be exactly the same because I couldn't find the exact same numbers, but I'm just curious to see how close that they are. So this is the Toshare's B16 blue-green, and this is a blue-green 15 by Copic. And then this one is a olive green G28, and this one is a G24 willow. So I'm just curious about the similarities, really. Okay, so not like colors at all, obviously, but I don't think on paper that you can tell much of a difference. I don't think you could tell which brand was which, to be honest with you, and they both look identical. I mean, like shape-wise, streaking-wise. I don't know, do I want to do stars? I might have lied, because originally I kind of wanted to do just like poofy clouds because I like them, and then some like stars here and there, but I do have a lot of greens and blues. There's not as many pinks as I like. I do like drawing cactuses also. Decisions. Okay, now I'm just being silly and I'm thumbnailing. And you know what? We may just do, now I just like the thumbnail. We may just do a bunch of cactuses because I haven't done cactuses in a while, and I like them. I like them a lot. Nothing that I do is supposed to be taken seriously at all. I really like these round cactuses. I know that this is not unique or original. I just find them to be really charming. I really like the look of them. I like their shapes. You can just do kind of like whatever you want with them. Still add in some stars. This is not an erasable colored pencil, so whatever goes, it's gonna stay here. Anyway, that wasn't quite what I was expecting to do today, but that turned out pretty nice. So immediate final thoughts, just having used these for the very first time. The final piece is exactly how I expected it to be. It works just like any other alcohol marker. The only issue that I kind of had was the ergonomics of this. I do like to flip my pens around, and this is not really flip friendly, especially on the chisel nib side. It was just kind of like hard to hold the pen. So that's kind of one thing, not that big of a deal. I also feel like these are just not quite as juicy as some other markers on the market. So I didn't struggle. It just wasn't as juicy filling in the large spaces. I feel like I didn't use the entire chisel nib when coloring this in. But again, just right off the bat, they are functionally usable markers. I'm really stealing the white pen for sure. That's going with me. These I could totally add to my regular marker collection. I have no reason to get rid of them. They work just fine for a budget brand. Again, I think if you had somebody who's just getting into alcohol markers, they're fine. And that's about it. But final piece, definitely not a bad art supply. And so that's it for right now. I may try and scan this in, see if I can post it on the internet. Maybe not. I don't know yet. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and end this here, and I'm going to take off. Again, any questions, concerns, leave them down below as well. Let me know if you would like a set of these to try out for yourself, and I will see you guys the next time. Bye-bye.